chances that I missed. Some I held, some slipped away. One street over where my memories exist. I wondered what would change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known that would have kept me from what I had today. Except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known would have kept me from what I had today. Except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I won't forget the lessons that I don't deserve. Because one street over there's a life I could have known would have kept me from what I love today.
Oh, good morning. Good morning, good morning, Robertson County and points beyond. This is 1100 WSGI. If you've been with us a while, you already know that. That was the Ridge Top Rambler singing us in. You know that too. And yes, it is the day before Thanksgiving, but I love what Nick just said. Nick Bratton is in the house. He said, this is a work day for me. Get up on those microphones, you guys. Let's say hello. And we've got Ayla, it's Kayla without the K.
That's it.
Ayla Whitehead. She's been here before, but it's been a minute. It's been like oh my gosh, at least a year or so.
Yeah, at least.
But she is with Rustique Essentials, and Nick Bratton, he is with Bratton Jones Farm. And so he pulls out this beautiful turkey. So he's delivering turkeys today. So yes, it's absolutely a work day for you. And with gifts and Black Fridays and all of the things, of course, you know, Ayla, you're going to be selling stuff left and right. So you've got, and so Lee Marie set this up for me. I love it. She is so plugged into these kinds of things going on in the community. All these
properly represent you.
Storefronts.
You can find them at
sellwithbecky.com.
Or
do y'all have storefronts?
You have storefronts.
We have a farm soap shop.
Okay.
That we do, but it's very small.
Right. I think I remember you telling me that now. Do you have a storefront?
We don't have an actual storefront.
And always
We just
tell
sell
them
from
U-turn
the
sent you.
garden
It's time to go to the
Okay.
races here in Robertson County. If you want to have a great time with
We got to
your
get
family,
right on that
get
microphone
out
for me.
to
But
Veterans
I love
Motorplex.
that because my
This is
husband and I,
the
we were,
Highland Speedway
business
you're familiar
owners.
with,
Well, we still are. We got all kinds of
Kelly
little side
Lewis
hustles
Road
going
in
on.
Greenbrier.
We were kind of going through the
Jerry
list
wants to
right before
invite
we
you
turned the
and your
mics
entire
on.
family out.
But
He's
we
got
were
a free
roofing
pass
contractors
for you.
for
If you
20
find one of
years.
these
And so
list
I
top
love the
trash
entrepreneurial
magazines that they
spirit.
put out at the end of
It's
the
still
school
in
year,
me. And
you
it's
can
just
still
you're
find
like,
them
what
around
can I
town,
do?
but that back page
And I
is
love
a
that you
free
guys
pass
found what
to
you can
get
do. Now,
up to
how
6
long?
kids and 2 adults in
I just
for
want
free
to say your name
anytime
wrong.
during the
Ayla,
entire
I'm just in my
2023
head
race
thinking
season.
it's,
Bring your
you know,
family
It
out.
happens. Everybody does it. No problem.
Well, we were discussing that before we turned the microphones on too.
Come hungry.
So, how long have you been doing what you do?
I started making soap when my boys were born premature and then had to find something natural, and they're 13 now.
Wow.
So
Okay.
it's been a while, but Rustic Essentials, I started that when they started pre-K. There was such a huge gap in my resume from being a stay-at-home mom. I just thought, let's see if this goes anywhere.
I love that.
Saturday
Now, Nick, how about you? How long have you been doing what you do?
We've been in business for about 3 years now.
Okay.
It was my retirement plan from the Army to raise meat.
Your service. I didn't know I had a veteran in the house.
But that was my retirement plan, was to raise quality heritage meat and
Awesome.
sell it on the market.
Okay, so I saw that beautiful turkey. How many turkeys are you delivering today?
We still have 20 left.
Okay.
So we have 10 that have been pre-sold. We have 10 that are still available. But
Oh, there you
we,
go.
out of the 42 that we had, we have 20 left. So we're about
Okay.
halfway done.
Okay, guys, turkey. Here you go, and they're ready to go in the oven.
They are.
They're thawed. You don't have to.
They're fresh. They were processed on Monday.
Right?
That's
I mean,
fresh.
you
Can't get any
cannot.
fresher unless you're doing it yourself.
No.
That's fresh. That's fresh. I showed my kiddos the WKRP turkey drop. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Y'all have any idea? Y'all are young. Oh my gosh. Fresh turkey. There was a line in the show. It's an old sitcom from the 70s, and there's a line in the show where they're defending the fact that they threw turkeys out of a helicopter because they thought it'd be a great radio promotion. And because I do audio video class, and the best line was, "Well, there's a lot of turkeys that don't make it through Thanksgiving." And it was just Lonnie Anderson's line in the thing, but it's like it's an old radio sitcom that since I teach audio video, I had to show them before Thanksgiving. But nonetheless, I digress. A lot of turkeys don't make it through Thanksgiving, as the ones that were on your farm Sunday.
Correct.
Right? How funny, dude. So, what other meats do you do?
We do pork and chicken.
Okay, pork and chicken. And you have, so if people want to get in touch with, I mean, turkeys, this is important. I mean, it's day before Thanksgiving. If your bird's not thawed, you put it, everybody's like, well, I put it in the fridge last night. And it takes days to thaw out. So if you need a fresh turkey, fresh farm-raised turkey, folks, how can they get in touch with you? Let's just throw that out there right now.
They can give me a call.
Okay.
It's 501-353-4457.
Do it twice for radio.
501-353-4457.
Very good. And so if you want a fresh turkey, there you go. Would you be where you could still deliver it, or do they need to come get it?
It's going to be coming to get it.
Okay, yeah.
And we're out in Cedar Hill.
Okay.
So.
Do you want to tell them the address? No. Okay. No. Okay. Just let them call.
Just give us a call.
You got it. Absolutely. Okay. Now, Ayla, how do you want? What have you got today? Do you got something you really need to push out there today?
Yeah, we've done soap for several years, but we're on an almost 20-acre farm that we've used our cattle for the tallow for the soaps and pigs for the lard and goat. Well, we're getting ready to launch our farm store, and we're going to be offering coffee and fresh baked breads and cookies.
Fun.
December 20th, we have the beef going off. So yeah, we're going to do a whole other wing. We also just to kind of celebrate that and get other vendors together, we're doing a small business Saturday sale at the farm this coming Saturday from 10 to 2. Right. So, and we just decided, it's been kind of a rough couple years. Let's just make it free and fun. So we've been really, really blessed this year. We've had several businesses donate pumpkins. We've had Blocker Farms and Heads and the Schreibers. So we have pumpkins available where families can smash pumpkins and throw them over and feed the farm critters. Oh, the little boys love it.
Of course they do.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. That's the best. That is the best
Every
thing.
riding lesson at the end, the kids are like, can we please smash the pumpkins?
Yeah.
But yeah, in addition to the vendors, we're doing a loofah workshop so we can show you how to grow your own sponges. We were blessed with Green Pharmacy donated a bunch of loofahs, so we're actually going to take you through the process, and then everybody who participates gets free seeds at the end, so they can actually take it home and try it themselves. So
that is cool.
I think it's going to be really, really great. We're going to have the shop open and everything up to 50% off in there, and the coffee and bread and fresh meat and canned foods, and we have other vendors coming with handmade jewelry and little garden gnomes, and a woman's coming with the goat's milk lotion bars. I think it's going to be amazing. We're really excited to have people out. Oh, piglet snuggles. Y'all, the list just goes on and on. We've got 6 sweet piglets that are just trained as pets.
Piglet snuggles.
Yes.
So these are your pigs?
They are my pigs.
Oh, oh
yep.
my gosh.
And it's free. You just come on in. We have a staff member there. We'll have a staff member for
Piglet
pumpkin smash.
snuggles.
We'll have one running the piglet stall. You just go in there and sit and love on them and go find something else to do. There's enough at the
My
farm.
piglets would let us snuggle with them.
I
They're
just,
so cute, but they don't like people so much yet. They got to be a little bigger before they start liking
Oh,
us.
from birth, I'm just like, you're gonna love me whether you like it
Yeah.
or not. Which we don't have near as many. Y'all have y'all are a larger scale than we are.
I'm just sitting here and in my mind. Okay, I'm a hog farmer's daughter. I don't know if y'all know that, because I mean, we
I did not
raised,
know
yeah,
that.
in a
Not at all.
very big way. We raised hogs up in West Kentucky when I was in high school, and they got out of the business when factory farms came along.
Yeah.
And it just really put the hog farmers, the traditional hog farmers, they were like, yeah, let's do something else. So they just do row crop now. But I want when people start talking about pigs as pets, I'm going, because I've dealt with farrowing houses and pig lots, lots of pigs. So I'm going, really, as a pet? I mean,
Well-
because are these ones you're going to slaughter?
Ours are well. We do the coonies too, so they are smaller now. We do have some of them that have been, set aside to go ahead, which we can't get attached to those, but there's one in particular. I'm
I had to ask.
I'm going to go on Amazon and get him some overalls and a straw hat. And I'm like, baby, he's going to be our farm store mascot. He's like, no, he is not. I'm like, yes, that's what we need is a little pig in overalls walking through the farm store handing out brochures. He's like, honey, you have lost your mind.
Is he the special one that?
Yes.
Okay.
What is, okay,
Yes,
get on the microphone for me, Nick.
So we helped her castrate these pigs, and we had one that had some complications, and he apparently turned into the very special pig that she has now. He needed a little bit more attention.
And he got it. Bless his
Yeah.
heart. We love him.
Well, we knew he would with y'all. I mean, that's
Oh my gosh, we just called it. We got to cut pigs. As that was the youth. I mean, it was like we knew if you're going to cut pigs, we knew what was going on.
Yep.
And it happened very fast. I mean,
It was unreal. They were actually not.
yeah.
See, we've done cattle and horses for years, but we're new to the pig industry, and they were nice enough to come out and say, this is what you do, and this is how you do, and we're going to notch you. I'm like, do you have to? Yes. Here's your form. Do we have to? Yes.
you do.
oh yeah.
My husband is the businessman, keeps the livestock in order, and I just want to love them.
Yeah,
So-
it's part of it. It's part of it.
I
That's
get to
funny.
do both. It's the reason we chose heritage breeds for the hogs. We raised the red wattles, so
Okay.
their temperament's a lot better than the commercial pigs. So they'll actually, I've got a 400-pound dog that she'll just rub up on me and want her pets.
Oh, how funny.
Our sow, and we've
How
had her
funny.
since she was a baby. So
That's interesting because I mean, all my experiences with hogs was, females that would turn on. I mean, they'd eat their young, they'd eat their babies after they were born. Big boar hogs that could kill you.
Well, and that's
I mean,
another reason we
yeah,
went with the
monsters.
coonies, because
Are
I
you
had
kidding
heard
me?
horror
I have
stories.
seen. I mean, we had boar hogs that were, good heavens, massive, massive hogs. We had several, but yeah.
Yeah, his scares me. I went over. I'm
Massive.
like, they get that big. I'll stick with my
yeah,
little,
no idea.
my tiny little
Wheatley's about
guys.
700 to 800 pounds at
Oh,
this
yeah.
point. And he's 4 foot tall and probably 7 feet long.
Yeah.
He's a hoss.
Massive, and I mean that's one thing. That's no joke. I mean they hogs can be dangerous.
They can
That's why I'm just teasing you. I've never. My daughter-in-law my first daughter-in-law. I've got 3, but my first daughter-in-law, and when they first got married, she wanted a pet pig, and I'm like, you do understand if you get a pet pig, my family will mock you because we raised hogs. I said, just know everybody will mock you in my family because we raised hogs for too many years. And, but she still she just loves little pigs. She just thinks so they would love this. They would love this. I'll have to tell her all about it. So maybe she can. So how do they find you? What's your address?
Yeah, so the address is 3386 Anderson Road, and we are in Cedar Hill. If you go to the Rustic Essentials website, Facebook page, or even Whitehead Farms, there's links, there's event links, and we have the address posted there as well as on the Facebook pages. So if you get to either Whitehead Farms or Rustic Essentials pages, you can click that direction link and it'll take you right to us.
Very good. I'm curious, your shirt. Can you explain your shirt to me? My eye, I've scratched my eye, guys. There's nothing wrong. My eye's just streaming. I think I got a piece of Christmas tree in my eye or something. I don't know. I'm fine. But what is your shirt? What is your shirt?
This is just our combined Rustic Essentials and Whitehead Farms. We just took both and put it together
I like
so that
it.
we can offer both.
It's very cute. I mean, it just catches your eye. It's a very cool little logo.
Oh, well, thanks.
I like it.
The back has more on it.
Okay. It's
But
very cool.
the front's just the logo, yeah.
I love it. So
Thanks.
this event, you're going to be part of the event.
I am.
Okay.
We're going to be there.
And so what will you have at the event? Where do you bring
We will
it
have
in?
our full line of frozen meats. So we'll have all the pork, chicken, and turkey that we have. as well as the canned goods that we have left from the season.
And let me just tell you, I can my own food. We've put up our own, beef and stuff for years. And we were at a market, and I don't know if we did a product swap, or I ended up with a jar of their pickles. I can't remember. And my kids asked for the good pickles. And I said, the what? The what? And they're like, yeah, the ones, not these, the one with the white sticker on it. And I thought, y'all?
That's really
ruined my kids.
The good pickles.
Good pickles.
Tell me about the good pickles. Are they?
Our pickles have been named quite a few different things. Last season, it was the disappearing pickles. Customer came up, was like, I have a really big problem. We opened the jar of pickles, and they're all gone.
Oh, no.
They just all disappeared. And I was like, well, I have the solution to that.
Yeah, buy some more.
They bought some more. But we use...
That's fabulous.
Whatever cucumbers we can get our hands on, because we've gone through probably 1,000 jars of pickles this season. So
my God.
it goes a lot.
Wow.
And they're all hand canned. So it's all canned by me, my wife, my father-in-law, and the kids. So it's all done in the house.
Dill or sweet?
We have 5 different varieties.
Oh, wow.
Varieties. Actually, we have anything from dill to bread and butter to spicy dill. So we don't have a sweet. We have the bread and butter and a zesty bread and butter.
Oh, fun.
That we do. So.
Oh my gosh. I love pickles. There's a story my mother tells that I ate. One of her, when she canned some, and I took a jar down and ate every one of them. And it's like, what are you doing? And
well, they even have like the brine or something. I saw a jar that you marinate meat or something.
That's off our cowboy candy. So we do a candy jalapeno, and we use the brine off of that to marinate pork chops. And we've even had customers that inject it in chicken.
Okay, explain. Okay,
candied jalapeno, our cowboy candy.
Okay.
It's got the sweet heat of the jalapeno, but it's almost got as much sugar in it as it does jalapeno. So by weight, it's a very sweet, very hot candy.
Don't you put it on cream cheese and crackers?
Cream cheese, crackers, anything that has like a sour cream in it. So enchiladas, the quesadillas, tacos, anything like that goes great.
My kids would love this. They would love it. I made some pimento cheese for Thanksgiving, threw jalapeno in it. They want jalapeno and everything. They would love it.
I'll just leave the jar on the table.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you.
I'll forget the jar.
There you go. Oh God. You're so kind. I'll pay you for it. But you're a businessman. You need to make money. So I love this, but this is so cool. I love all these things. Now, so explain to me, you've got this display of stuff out here that you had. I'm real curious. I want you to tell me about these soaps. You got like this little chicken and a little pig out in front of me. What was the deal? Can you tell me about that?
I can. So we've set up at farmers markets for years, and we always try to run a special just because I'm the one that if there's a sale, I'm going to hit that. So we were running a 4 for $20 deal, and a mom had come up one day, and she said, hey, baby, come here. You want to pick out one of the soaps? And this little boy come up, and he's looking, and he just put his arms behind his back, and he says, nope, they're all the same boring soaps. And he turned around and left, and I thought, hang on, dude, I can fix that. So we actually tried to make the soaps a little bit more fun, and so they're Castile soap, so water, olive oil, blend. Now the pig ones have goat's milk in it just for those that have a little bit more sensitive skin that need that extra moisture. But they're not scented with anything. The colorants are natural, so it's got like the organic cacao powder in the pigs to make it look dark. There's a natural indigo powder. There's a rose clay in the unicorn. So we just take it before the soap sets and we squish a little toy in there, so they have to actually use the soap to get the toy.
Okay. Now I understand.
Yeah.
Now I understand. I need to get on the microphone. I was looking at it and I was like, okay, what? And so that is so stinking cute. So the soap is right here. Mm-hmm. And if you want the toy, you have to use the soap.
Yeah.
That is brilliant. I love that. That is so cool.
That one creates a handle too for the little hands.
Yeah.
You just hold on to that toy while they're using the soap.
That is so stinking cute. That is adorable. And it's the stuff that they need.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very cute. I love all this. This is so much fun. We're talking with Nick Bratton, and we're talking with Ayla Whitehead. Ayla is with Rustic Essentials and Whitehead Farm, and Nick Bratton is with Bratton and Jones Farm. And I just love this. I just love what you're doing. This is my friends on here saying anything like it's like Aunt B and Andy Griffith in here this morning. But y'all know that reference, right?
Oh, yeah.
I know y'all
yeah.
young,
Oh,
but
yeah. I'm not that young.
y'all didn't get my turkey drop reference from WKRP, but this is just cool stuff. This is just cool stuff. Oh, he's talking about the pickles. The pickles. When you were talking about Aunt Bee's pickles, do y'all know that episode? We were talking about the great pickles. There's an episode of Aunt Bee's where she was she didn't make good pickles, but they didn't want to hurt her feelings, and so they would take and they would replace her pickles with store-bought pickles. And
I did not see that one.
You need to look for that one. It's
I'm
excellent.
gonna have to.
Because then she enters them into the fair or something.
Oh,
and
no.
it's a big scandal because they're not really good pickles because hers are not good. So you need to watch that. You need to Aunt Bee and the pickles.
Oh.
But yeah, Paul, you're right. Absolutely. But I love this. But 1,000 jars of pickles, that's right there. There's your illustration of these are amazing. When you sell that many in a season, good heavens. How many cucumber plants do you raise?
Unfortunately, we don't raise most of our cucumbers. It was a bad crop year for us. We had some troubles over the summer with the garden. So most of it comes from local farmers. Some of it comes from wholesale cucumbers. But
Well, I think that's wonderful. I mean, and gardening's hard. I mean,
Hey, I went over and saw it, and I was just like, how are you managing kids and business and pigs? And it was massive and beautiful. I'm like, I can't even grow a tomato, y'all. And they just had rows and rows and rows. I was just so blown away at what they did. It was pretty amazing. You're selling yourself short. It was good.
but it is. I mean, cucumbers, squash, pumpkins, so difficult to grow because of those little potato bugs.
Yes.
They are just, I love gardening, absolutely love gardening. I got so tired of the pest and the deer and the squirrels. I'd have beautiful things on the vines and I'd come out and the deer have just destroyed it. Mm-hmm. And I don't have a garden now. That's not to say I won't eventually have one again, but it's a lot. People have no idea they don't raise
We won't use pesticides or herbicides either. So we use natural fertilizer from the animals that we have.
Right.
Obviously, that goes down as fertilizer, but we don't use pest control. We'll use some companion planting to try. We use sunflowers to attract all the pests to the sunflower, so they're a sacrificial 8-foot tall plant.
I gotcha.
So, but yeah, pests they're painful.
Yeah. So and that's the main thing you do? You don't do any kind of natural thing applied to the plant or anything?
No, we don't. Even with the animals, we don't vaccinate.
God bless
We
y'all.
don't
Wow.
do anything preventative. We use the husbandry of the animals and the genetics of the animals.
Just let God handle it. There you go. That's the way it used to be.
So.
I mean, and that's what a lot of people are wanting. So, that's just amazing. So, again, this is just all so cool. They've still got 20 turkeys. If you need a turkey today, if you did not thaw your turkey, they'll have to call you and then arrange a pickup. So, give your number twice again for that reason.
501-353-4457.
Okay, do it again.
501-353-4457.
Very good. And Ayla, give them your contact before I'm going to go ahead and do a break here, but go ahead and give them your contact.
So we don't get phone service at my house. So you're just going to have to go on to the Facebook page or Instagram or even the website, and it is just www.rustiqueessentials, which is RUSTIQUEESSENTIALS. So rustic spelled a little weird, but essentials is normal.
RUSTIQUE Essentials. Now, is there a way that they can pick up product from you today?
Today, well, we have several booths. Right. So right now the farm is in prep for the event. We have a lot of people say, hey, I need a couple bars of this, and we'll just put them on the shop porch. But we do have booths around the area, Valhalla Beef, Jay's Meats and More, Miss Lucille's. So if you want a product that way, that would be a better way until after the event. And then we'll be back functioning a little bit better.
Absolutely. Then also too, my husband, I don't know what he's been, do I need a truck to bring it home? What? I don't know what you're talking about, Mark, but anyway, my husband, so the event is, give me the particulars of the event, the time, location, and all of that. And then I'm going to take my break and then we'll come back and finish up.
So the event's at Rustic Essentials. If you Google that, it'll show you a pin to drop. But the address is 3386 Anderson Road in Cedar Hill, Tennessee, 37032. The event is running this Saturday from 10 to 2. And like I said, we'll have vendors and pig snuggles in the shop
Pig
sale.
snuggle,
So
I
a
love
lot.
that. That's just the
Goats. We've
cutest
got goat
thing.
petting.
That is the cutest thing, the idea of pig snuggles. I love that. Now, tell me this, though. I'm going to jump over and do my ad. You're saying that you're having some connectivity issues. Are you a Cumberland Electric customer? Are you with Cumberland
Me?
Electric?
Yes. Yeah. Fantastic
have you-
internet. No cell phone.
Oh, okay. So have you been able to get a hold of Cumberland Connect? The Cumberland Connect. I'll start at Cumberland Electric. You can get Cumberland Connect through Cumberland Electric.
Yes. We have it. It has
Okay.
been wonderful.
It is, because when anybody tells me they can't get phone service or something, I'm like, well, do you know about Cumberland Connect? Because if you're a Cumberland Electric customer, so this isn't actually an ad here because they're one of the sponsors of the program, but you can take and enable Wi-Fi calling with your cell phone.
Well,
And boost your
we
boost
do
your
at the
sales.
house.
Yeah.
But once you get farther down to the barn, I think it's too much metal because we put extenders and we run an
Okay.
Ethernet cord down. And if you're direct plugged, you're good.
Okay.
If you're not, you have to,
Yeah.
old, can you hear me now?
Oh, I know. I just had to touch on that because Cumberland Connect, they're a big sponsor of this program because it's so essential to what we have today. Because if you're going to stay connected to the world, you need internet services, and it is a utility now. It has replaced our phone lines. So you can get a hold of her via the internet because Cumberland Connect is going to make sure you stay connected. But you can go to cumberlandconnect.org, or you can give them a call. Their phone number is 1-800-987-2362, 1-800-987-2362. And you can find out, are they in your neighborhood? We still wondering when they're going to get a hold of Senator Kerry Roberts' house. He's going to be one of the last ones because he lives so close into town. But pretty soon they're going to have everybody that's qualified for Cumberland Connect where they have access to it. And all you got to do is call them. Say, hey, I need you to come in, hook me up, and you're going to be amazed. They've got packages in all prices. We say $80 is for the gig club. If you want a full gig, you can get that. My children tell me that's like filling a bathtub with a water hose, but I want a gig, so I have a gig. You can be a part of the gig club, or if you say, man, that's a lot of money, they have an affordable connectivity program which can give qualifying households up to $30 to put toward broadband services. They have packages that start at just $30. You can't beat it, guys. Go to cumberlandconnect.org, cumberlandconnect.org, or just give them a call, 1-800-987-2362, 1-800-987-2362. Please always let them know that you turned Cincha and thank them for sponsoring One Street Over. Okay, guys, got a few minutes here. Let's just, anything we're missing that y'all want to cover before we wrap our time up?
No, I think I've covered everything.
So before we finish up then, I saw Ryan Martin's coming up. They had their mayor and alderman meeting last night, so he's going to come in and give us an update on what's going on in Springfield City. But let's just go through one more time. We've got, we'll start with Nick. How can they get in touch with you? You still have turkeys that they could come and pick up, and you're going to be part of the event on Saturday. Tell them, how they can get in touch with you, what all you're going to have on Saturday, and what all you still have for the Thanksgiving table today that they could get.
All right, so right now we still have a few turkeys left. We have 20 turkeys still available.
That were slaughtered Monday.
You cannot get fresher unless you do it yourself.
No,
So
there you go.
you can give us a call at 501-353-4457, 501-353-4457 to set up a time to come out and see the farm. We are about 4.5 miles off I-24, exit 19, to give an idea of kind of where we're at. And then, so Saturday, we will have our turkeys. We'll have pork, chicken, turkey, and our canned goods. So you can come get the famous pickles. You can get our pickled beets have been thrown out on YouTube and Instagram throughout the country from Nick Bear's running. So we've getting people asking for shipping, and we don't ship. So they have to come get them.
Oh, that's amazing. So, okay. Do you think you'll ever get to where you start shipping? Or
with the canned goods, probably not, because we're under cottage food laws.
Yes.
We're not federally inspected, so they can't cross state lines anyway. I can ship within Tennessee. I just can't go across state lines.
Gotcha. And cottage food laws, guys, if you have not checked that out and you're an entrepreneur and you want to do the kind of things, it is a really good provision for us here in Tennessee. And I just am so glad we have that. Mm-hmm. It really makes things possible for people like, that can be entrepreneurial. So I love that. I'm glad you brought that up. But anything you're missing then?
I think that covers most of it.
Do your phone number twice.
501-353-4457. 501-353-4457.
Now, do you have a website?
We have Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
Our website is not, it's there, but it's not there.
Okay, I got you.
It's under construction.
Oh, I got you.
So
Yeah, do you have any kids that can come up and handle that for you?
In a couple years.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Right now they're 9 and 10, so
Yeah,
it's
so it
gonna
won't
take
be
them a little
long.
while.
It won't
Yeah.
be long until
They'll
they'll
have
be
them
ready
quick.
to take it over. Okay, so Ayla, give all your particulars and tell them all about the event, the time, location again. Just unpack it for them again, but tell them everything they need to know about what you've got coming up.
Absolutely. So Small Business Saturday sale coming up this Saturday from 10 to 2 at Rustic Essentials. The address is 3386 Anderson Road, Cedar Hill, Tennessee, 37032. It's right off Buzzard Creek Road for any of those who are familiar with the Adams, Cedar Hill area. Everybody's like, oh, Buzzard Creek. But yep, so we're going to have deep sales in the soap shop. We've got the coffee available. We have vendors, piglet snuggles, goat petting. We'll have horse barn tours, pumpkin smash for the kids that they can throw over to the cows or whatever. So yeah, just a bunch of free family fun. You can come out and if they choose to support other local small businesses in the area and get all your Christmas shopping done. I mean, who wouldn't want like an amazing home canned,
Absolutely.
pickles. I'm going to say pickles because that's what my kids are going to get.
I love it. That's
or
just
soap
wonderful.
or it's usable stuff that, make good gifts.
I love it. I love it. That's wonderful. And it's just, and it's all fresh. And I mean, turkeys that were slaughtered Monday. Come on. There you go. I love it. I'm so glad you guys came in. This is just the perfect show. The perfect show going into Thanksgiving, I think. And be a part of what they have going on Saturday, guys. Thank y'all for coming out. We got to make the transition and get Ryan in here, but thank y'all. I'm going to go ahead and do an ad while y'all kind of get your stuff and head that way, and then Ryan will come in. But thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for having
Look forward to seeing you guys around town. So, all right. And as we wrap up that part of the show, we're going to move on in, and you guys take your time. You're fine. I'm going to talk about Barry and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team. My friends in real estate, guys, they are awesome. And if you are somebody that is looking for some help in the real estate community, I, again, cannot say enough about Barry and Rebecca because Rebecca has been at this a long time. They came out of different careers. Rebecca was in radiology, of all things, but she started this a long time ago. She's one of the first in the area to be a seniors real estate specialist. And, that's just a good example of the fact that she's studying all the time to make sure that she has everything covered that you need to know when it comes to coming to the real estate table. Barry came out of a marketing background. He was a vice president of a media marketing company for over 20 years. Thank you very much. Look at this. He's leaving this for me. Cowboy candy. My children are going to be just like, oh, we got to get more of this. They'll be coming up here. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. And I'll give you a report what the Vivio boys think. I think they're going to probably want more. But Barry and Rebecca Richards, the easiest way to find them is just get online and Google Barry Richards Exit Realty Garden Gate Team, Rebecca Richards Exit Realty Garden Gate Team. You're going to find unique web pages for both of them, and there will be a search engine where you can put in your zip code, and it will tell you anything you want to know about that area that you are going to buy in, the area that you're going to sell in, to kind of give you an idea of what kind of price point that you should have. But anything you need to know, you'll find it at Barry Richards Exit Realty Garden Gate Team, Rebecca Richards Exit Realty Garden Gate Team. They are separate brokers. He is the broker up here in Springfield, right on the square, and she is the broker in White House. So if you want to get in contact with them, that is the best way. Always just give them a Google, and you'll find out more about what's going on there. But you can also just search sellwithbecky.com, sellwithbecky.com, or BUYRobertsonCounty.com. Rebecca's number is 615-504-7425, 615-504-7425. When you contact them, please always let them know that U-Turn sent you and thank them for being a sponsor of One Street Over. And I have not gotten in touch with them yet, but I'm hoping I can get them on the show next week just to kind of give us an update on all things that are going on in the real estate community. So that's the goal, and we're going to see if we can't reach out to them and kind of get an update from them, because with interest prices and all that kind of thing, we were talking with Mayor Vogel. Ryan Martin's in the house. He is our city manager here in Springfield. Thank you so much for coming in. I know right here on top of the Thanksgiving holiday, some people are out and about and
that's right,
taking vacation, but thank you for coming on in.
Well, thank you. Glad to do it. Of course, we'll be closed tomorrow and Friday, right, but we're working today, working double time actually in the sanitation department because we're making up for garbage pickup tomorrow and Friday. So,
of course, I saw everybody getting their garbage cans out today, getting ready for that. But I was talking about I talked to Mayor Vogel yesterday about the housing stuff, and that's why I really want to get Barry and Rebecca in here, because it's so it's just changing because of interest rates and things. Things are slowing down. So it's like you want to see the effects of that. And so I really want to get them in here. But I ask you the same kind of question that we covered with Billy yesterday. Are you still seeing that slowdown kind of? Because we're expecting that growth, the rooftops in Springfield. But has that changed at all because of interest rates, do you think? Or what?
Absolutely.
What do you think?
I think certainly it's slowed down. I think that what you saw were houses sitting on the market for longer that were completed, where we had a time in 2021, right? 2020, 2021, where things were selling before they were finished. Right. And so there were contracts on it. And so now you have things that actually are finished and being put on the market. So what that's done is slowed down. And I've talked to several builders who say, I was pulling permits before I was finished with these to start the next ones because I couldn't get them fast enough. And now these need to sell before I can pull the other permits, right? And so we've certainly seen an adjustment. And frankly, LaVern, that's normal. Okay, that's a normal real estate market, and I think we kind of got used to this breakneck pace of market that was going on, and it's normal to have things put on the market and sell. What you don't want to see is no buyers at all. And I think we're still seeing buyers, but I think everything has to adjust. What we've seen, the folks I've talked to, the interest rates got higher, so folks that could afford a $200,000 or $300,000 house can now afford a $180,000 house, and so that market adjusts, and so they're difficult. And I'm not a financial person by any means, but those are the things that we've observed, which results in fewer permits being pulled at once. Slower progress. Now, what we haven't seen is a complete halt in building at all. And we've got a lot of folks that are preparing, have had some conversations recently based on the recent Fed decisions. They feel confident that we're not going to have any more interest rate hikes. So they feel comfortable about where we are. And what they want to know basically is, I don't want to get started and knowing that I'm going to have to sell a house that a buyer's going to pay 7% mortgage on. And by the time I get a few of them done, the rates have shot up and it's 10%, and now my pricing's off. So I think that's what had a lot of folks concerned, but they're moving forward. We've got a lot of folks that are moving forward still. Yeah. They're not pulling permits at a pace that we saw, but we've got a lot of folks moving forward, and we'll talk a little bit about some of that. But Pedro Reyes is one who has about 4 developments going right now and a couple more in the works. And I was just out here literally within view of the radio station earlier this week, because of the 400 acres, which backs up over here, that 400 acre development. I was meeting with those folks. They're moving forward with getting things ready to their preliminary plan submitted so they can move forward and develop that property as well.
I think I know the Reyes is. I had their daughter in class, if it's the same family, and got to meet them, and just what a cool. I mean, just a really great guy. Yeah, and really love that family. But it's just interesting to see how things are changing and moving and all that, and you just have to adjust as you move forward. So very cool. Well, and again, I just jumped right into that because it was just on my mind with the talking about Barry and Rebecca and Mayor Vogel and all that. I think I've got to get a call out to them so they can come in and speak directly to how it's affecting the real estate market from a realtor's perspective. But so we had the mayor and alderman meeting last night.
That's right.
So what happened with that? How do you want to unpack that?
So we had a pretty full agenda, variety of things on the agenda last night. Yeah, it was not a long meeting, but a full agenda, and had some folks that had come and what we appreciate, is folks that come and talk about when we ask for opinions, they came and shared opinions, and the biggest thing regarding that was a speed limit change on South Main. Our traffic committee has proposed a speed limit change on South Main Street between the area of 22nd and Martin Luther King Jr. Park. Okay. So currently, it's 30 miles per hour from Central Avenue on South Main up until that point, and then it changes to 40 on out to Tom Austin Highway. Right. Well, with the and I guess I should correct that and say that the speed limit change would go past the park and all the way to Tom Austin. It would continue to 30 miles per hour. That's the recommendation. Why was that recommendation made by our traffic committee? It was made because, we have no sidewalk in that area. Right. And with the increase in development, that's a safety concern. There was just a crosswalk installed adjacent to the park for the new townhomes there to safely access the park, because that's right at the entrance to the park. We're expecting a lot more development out there in the coming months and years, obviously with the 400 acres being developed right there. Pedro Reyes has a townhome development just adjacent to that on 22nd. So a lot more traffic, a lot more pedestrians, a lot more things like that. and including ultimately, LaVern, probably a red light that's going to be installed at Watson Road at some point, right? Because we're going to end up having an intersection there as folks cross from Tom Austin as they're coming across this, traversing to Highway 49. So eventually there's probably an intersection with a traffic signal installed at that location. And so go ahead and reducing that speed limit probably makes it safer. What we've heard from feedback from folks is, we don't want to, but but we understand, and we some have said absolutely agree. I'm out there all the time, and yes, it needed to be reduced. Obviously, folks want increased enforcement and of this current speed limit, and we'll we try to boost up enforcement as much as we can in a variety of areas, and so we'll try to do that too. And a sidewalk. A lot of folks have asked about a sidewalk, and that's something that we've studied and come up with a preliminary around $3.7 to $4 million estimate on installing a sidewalk because of the terrain there and because of it's an older road and trying to retrofit that in that particular area. There's a reason why it wasn't done to begin with, and part of that was cost because of what it's on the northern part. It's done from 22nd to Central, the northern section of that stretch, but on the southern part it was a lot more difficult, and I believe that's probably why it wasn't done to begin with. But that's something we're studying and figuring out how to prioritize and how to get that done as well. But we had people come and share their opinion on that last night, and that was really exciting to hear from them and to know that they heard the message. We got some feedback on social media, which we solicited. We put out and said, hey, tell us what you think about this. We said, hey, come to the meeting and tell us what you think about this. It goes back to that principle, LaVern, that we work for the citizens, and we want to know how we can serve them. And so when there's a traffic committee, we've got a traffic committee that's full of subject matter experts, I believe, and they make a proposal, but we want to hear from the citizens and see how that proposal and recommendation is going to affect them. So it was really exciting.
It is so interesting because I'm one of those, I use that quite often, and I just keep it at 30 because I can't remember where it changes. And I don't want to have myself going 40 and then all of a sudden I'm up in where its speed drops and I end up getting pulled over. And so I think it makes absolute sense because you forget, okay, where am I? And just, when you hit that road, it's a 30 mile per hour speed limit, and just take it slow.
And one of the things I didn't mention this, but obviously with Chick-fil-A,
I was thinking that. Yes.
On the corner of Watson and Tom Austin, what we've seen over the last couple of weeks is during lunchtime and occasionally during the evening, we've seen a backup, all the way down Watson Road. Grateful that people are shopping locally and patronizing our local businesses. We've got a ton of great local businesses, so we're happy to see that, but we also need to make sure the traffic is safe in the meantime. So going ahead and reducing that speed limit, there will be a final decision made probably around the 1st of December, the next couple of weeks, once some more things are evaluated and all the public feedback is evaluated, but all signs point to looking like that speed limit will be lowered.
Okay, and again, that makes this perfect sense to me. I think so, and I think a lot of people that are honest about it will agree. I want to jump off topic for a second.
Sure.
My friend Barbara Willis is putting up something. She put up this to me last night. I have a sweet foreign exchange student in one of my classes, and they have got a need. They've got about 12 Malaysian students who need hosts for the second semester. That's January, guys. If you think you might, and they're just, I just love these foreign exchange students. Naday is just one of the most precious people. I'm so thankful I've had an opportunity to get to know her. If you think that you are just toying with the idea of hosting a foreign exchange student, please reach out to Miss Barbara Willis. As a matter of fact, Barbara, I'll just invite you right now if you want to come on next week and talk about this. We'll figure that out. But it is an amazing program. You get to know some amazing young people, and they've got a bunch that need host families for this area. 12 Malaysian kids. Wow. And wouldn't that be amazing to be able to bring some of these folks in? Because my students have just been benefited so much from getting to know Naday. And I forget where Naday is from right off the top of my head, Barbara. Maybe she'll fill me in. But I want to say Indonesia, I think is right. But just a beautiful, beautiful, sweet, sweet girl. And it's just to see that difference in culture and things. It's just so great to expose our kids to. So we've got a big need for some foreign exchange students, a great opportunity for the second semester. So reach out to Barbara. And Barbara, let's get you on next week and let's talk about that. So let's jump back over to talking to Ryan Martin about the mayor and alderman meeting last night. What else did y'all cover?
Sure. Well, I always say at the office, we don't know what we don't know.
Yeah.
And being exposed to other things and cultures, it gives us perspective on what we have here and what other folks have there. And so it's just very interesting. Yeah. So I agree. I think that's a great thing that
pretty cool.
You all are doing. The rezoning, the North Industrial Park was completed on second reading last night. That's for the new Belgian company that'll be coming soon. That announcement should be coming from them at some point in time in the near future.
Remind them what this company does, yeah.
They make margarine. So they're a margarine producer, and so that they're locating their North American presence in Springfield, Tennessee. They chose. They did a search and I think narrowed down to Tennessee first, and then was trying to find a location in Tennessee, and they found they narrowed that down to 3 or 4 locations in Tennessee and settled on Springfield. So we're grateful to have them come.
Very cool.
And that'll be off of 41 North in the North Industrial Park, and so we're excited about having them come here. The city also updated by resolution our emergency management plan last night. That's something that's done periodically and in conjunction with the state of Tennessee. It was one of those things, as we talked about last night, you hope you never have to use.
Right.
Although March 3rd, we kind of had to put some of that into effect because of the straight line winds and the storm damage that came through here. Yeah. So you hope you never use it, but based on weather patterns and things that we've seen lately, it's just one of those things that we all need to make sure we're aware of and brushed up on, and it's updated and ready to go. So we updated that last night. One of the coolest things last night, and it's actually, it's kind of somber and solemn, but it's a good, helpful piece to the puzzle, I think. And that's, we entered into or approved to enter into an agreement with Safe Haven Baby Box. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Safe Haven.
I'm very familiar, yeah.
So
go ahead.
There's currently one in Tennessee, and it's in Knoxville. There's another one that's going in Gallatin, I believe. So we would be the third one in Tennessee. And, fire stations, and so it'd be at our fire station number 2, fire stations and police stations and things like that have often been safe places for unwanted, no questions asked, dropping off. Well, we've had a law change in Tennessee that makes that somewhat allowable, where anonymously you can drop off an unwanted child, a newborn baby, or so forth. These boxes are installed. They have alarms in them, so that way it alerts the firefighters that the door's been opened, that there's a weight presence in there, as well as it's climate controlled and heated, so it keeps the baby warm rather than just, currently, I hate to say this because it sounds so, impersonal, but our fire station number 2 is currently designated as a baby drop-off location.
Safe place.
Right, a safe place, but there's nothing you would just, have to, if nobody came to the door, which somebody in that situation doesn't want to be seen oftentimes.
Right.
The representative from the company last night told us that when they installed the one in Knoxville, within 24 hours of it going live, someone had dropped off a baby, and that's a baby that might have otherwise not survived, right? Yeah. So while it's a sad situation, it's really unfortunate. It's extremely great to be able to provide that solution so that baby can have a chance, and that baby was adopted. She shared with us within a day or two. So that's one of those things that we're glad to partner with them on. There's no cost to the city to that. That's one of the greatest things. There are fundraisers that pay for that through their organization, and so that will be installed at no cost to the city once they raise the money to do so.
It's so interesting. I had somebody telling me a story of somebody the other day in another city. I don't want to give specifics because I don't want to, give away, but they actually adopted a baby that had been dropped off in a safe baby.
Is that right?
Yep. And they have the baby in their home right now.
Wow.
And the adoption is not fine. I mean, it happened recently.
Uh-huh.
And I just think that's an amazing thing, but that's exactly how the baby was dropped off at a safe place.
Wow.
At one of those safe baby boxes.
Remarkable.
So, I mean, it's just, and I'm telling you, it's amazing that you've got people that find themselves in a situation and they have a child and they don't know what to do.
Right.
And maybe they're in a home situation where there's abuse because of it, and they're just trying to figure it out, and they just don't know what to do. I'm so thankful for things like Open Door.
Absolutely.
I mean, so many things, but I mean, this is just another level of that. I think
right.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful news.
That's
Very
right.
good.
It went from being something, I mean, and you mentioned Open Door Pregnancy Center. That's something that, years ago people didn't want to talk about, and that was just kind of a part of society we didn't talk about and we didn't acknowledge. And now having resources there to say, hey, we know that folks may feel this way, so here's an outlet for that. Here's some assistance for that, right? And so that's we're just, I think as a community and as a society, we're doing a better job of coming alongside rather, and helping the situation. So I'm grateful for that too as well. One of the other things we did last night is approve an offer on land for a third fire station. Long since in the making, I think the city was told, it was prior to me becoming part of the team, but 2016 or 17 that the city needed a third fire station. With all this growth, that means we're really behind on that. So the city approved, Board of Mayor and Alderman approved an offer on land on the William A. Batson Parkway last night for roughly 5 acres, because some of it goes to the creek. So there's 3 to 5 acres. It's got to be surveyed and all of that. But they approved an offer last night to purchase property for a third fire station. Some people, and I made this point last night, some people might ask, why in the world would you put a fire station out there? There's nothing out there. Within view of that property that we've offered to purchase, about 1,200 residential units within view of that property are soon to be developed. And so we know we've hit a slowdown. We know that's temporary. We know that things will continue because people need places to live. The William A. Batson extension is almost finished, and I'll get to that shortly. But that's the place for the fire station. We're growing to the south. We will eventually grow farther south. Mm-hmm. So that's the place for the fire station based on response times. All of that is triangulated. The fire department looks at that based on response times and makes sure that they can adequately service the various places and have zones. Each fire station has a zone that they serve, and so that's that works out, and that's where we need to plan to be, where the growth is going to be, where the growth is, and where it's going to be.
Well, and when you mentioned that, I thought exactly that's where that to me sounds like a very logical place for it, because of knowing the growth and just the centrality of it to where they can help in other areas if need be.
That's right.
And so and it's not going to be big traffic congestion or anything like. Well, at least not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
It will be.
Yeah,
but
we're
not
good
yet.
there.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to just kind of wonder where we're headed. Do you also have that survey open on social media? Y'all had the survey where you could get the feedback.
It closed on the 15th.
It did close on the 15th. Did you get a lot of good feedback on that?
We had several hundred
Wonderful.
responses, which we're grateful for. We appreciate each and every one of them, that person that took their time to go on and share their input. It goes back to what I was talking about at the beginning. We need to know. We need to know. This is your home. Yeah. And we're responsible for serving you, so let us know what we can do, right?
My husband actually asked, he goes, who do we call if we see something that we think is a code issue in Springfield? Just, he's mentioned to you, he's very curious about the field project that's going on over next to where Shoney's used to be, kind of in behind Kentucky Fried Chicken. What is going on there? Because they've got like rubble that's going on. So what is the thing there?
So that's something we've been trying to tackle is the site where they've stored materials there. Yeah. And so that's not allowed. And so it's one thing if you're moving stuff out and you store it till you gather it up and take it, but it's kind of stayed there too long. So we've been after that particular property owner to get that taken care of. But behind that, there's the apartment complex that's being built. Okay.
Because we see that rubble there, and it makes me think, okay, are they doing some kind of a build up the land there, and they're going to crush that and then build on that, or is it just?
I don't think so. I think it's fill material that needs to be needs
to be dealt with.
Yeah.
So if you see something like that and you're wondering about it, who's the proper person to call?
So call City Hall. That's 615-382-2200. And you can ask for the codes department.
Okay.
They'll transfer you to someone who will take you can also fill out there's a way to do it on our website, springfieldtn.gov. You can submit that. You can submit it anonymously. It goes into triggers to go to that department, and they look into it. So there's a couple of different ways to do it. We encourage because we have, and people laugh when I say this, but we have 4 codes inspectors.
Okay.
We only have 4.
Okay.
And it's a big city, and there's a lot of residents, and our codes inspectors are also responsible for inspecting, new builds, renovations, and things like that. So, we can't see, just like the police department, we rely on you just as much as we can rely on ourselves, because we need your eyes, right? Mm-hmm. And if you'll let us know, we'll take care of it. But we just need some help. So let us know if you see something that we may have missed, and we'll get into it.
So the city codes people are different from the county codes people?
Correct.
Okay, because Trent Cobb is in the county.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, see, I'm just trying to get all this. That's the thing you got to remember from Springfield proper to the county. I actually live in the county.
Right.
So where my address is, if you don't like what I'm doing, don't call the city, call Trent. It's like, go fuss at her.
Yeah.
Tell her to clean that up. No, I'm kidding.
I'm
not going to do that. But Trent would be the person who would respond on property like mine. There's different ones in the city, so you have to go through the city if it's in the city limits.
And it gets very confusing. I mean, I was talking to somebody that lives out in Martin's Chapel, and they have a Springfield address in Martin's Chapel. You have to go through Coopertown and then Greenbrier addresses to get to Springfield city limits. But that's all postal codes and
Yes,
routes, and
yes.
and has nothing to do with actual service delivery from your municipality.
I'm a county. I'm in the county, even though I got a Springfield city address. Okay, we're talking with Ryan Martin. He is our city manager for Springfield, talking about the mayor and alderman meeting. What else do you have for us?
Well, I mentioned the Bratton Parkway extension. I want to give folks an update on that. If you've been on the side of that is where the current Bratton Parkway is, and you're looking at the extension, you can see that the median has been poured and installed there, and it's starting to look like a divided parkway. And so that project is still on schedule to be finished about June. So that will open up, and that will create quite a bit more traffic on Bratton Parkway eventually, because that cut through will now make sense. Currently, for a while it's connected Tom Austin to Black Patch, and so it hasn't been usable as much coming from the south. It will become usable from the south once the extension is open. People have talked about Black Patch. I want to talk about that. Black Patch Drive is in a state of disrepair, and it is on our list to be paved. It's one of our top priorities to pave. Part of the disrepair, it was already on the list, but part of what has caused it to become in more disrepair is the construction traffic, the heavy vehicles, the heavy equipment to build the new parkway. So we've been trying to let as much of that heavy traffic get finished. That way we don't pave a road and have the heavy traffic come in and tear it up again. So we've been trying to buy some time there, but I go through there a lot and keep an eye on it. And we plan to pave that this fiscal year. So before June 30th, we plan to have that resurfaced.
Yeah, your fiscal year runs May to June? No, June to
July to June. July 1 to June 30.
Okay. So, well, that's good news. All right. And we're talking, again, got Lee Marie. I know I saw her on the way. She'll be in here in a minute, but you go right ahead. I'm done with my ads. I'm going to mention one of our new sponsors before we wrap up. I want you to just kind of take note. They advertise on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but since we're not in here, I want to remind you that Perry Meyer, or Perry, is it Meir? Do you know Perry and Katie Meyer?
Myers.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, I say Myers, and Jordan Osborne says it's Mears.
Oh, I thought it was Myers.
I always did too, so I'm gonna have to call him because I've been friends with him forever, but I've always said Myers, so I got to clarify that. But it's Mr. Perry's Music, and then Katie Did It. Katie Did It Designs. You can get with her if you want to give the gift of some special design work, anything like that that's going on in your home. Katie does amazing work if you've seen this, but it's Katie Did It Designs is how you can find her. And this is an unofficial ad. I just want to kind of tag them because they're brand new to the program. Katie Did It Designs, reach out to them. I mean, amazing work that she does. You can find her on all social medias. And Perry, Mr. Perry's Music, they're going to be doing some Black Friday equipment and instrument sales. So you need to reach out to them. You can't miss them right there on the main drag there on Highway 41. So we'll talk more about them in another time. But even though they're not on the schedule today, I still wanted to kind of give them a little plug. Check them out because they're new sponsors of us. Mr. Perry's Music and KatieDidItDesigns.com. So check them out. And as we continue on, what else have you got for us?
So a couple of announcements. Want to report back on junk collection. So in April or October of each year, we do junk collection where we take your household junk. You just set it out by the curb and we pick it up. We collected 121.5 tons of junk in October.
Oh my gosh.
That's literal tons of junk, right? So that service is a service that we're glad to provide as a sanitation customer. That service is already paid for, so you don't get an extra bill for that. That's in your sanitation rates that you pay every month. So wanted to report back because that's a lot of junk, and that's what our folks collected in the month of October. 2 announcements. Customer Appreciation Day. Our annual Customer Appreciation Day is December the 15th. We will have a special guest from the North Pole from 2 to 4 that day at City Hall.
There you
go. Stop by Springfield City Hall any day that day. We'll have cookies and hot chocolate for you to tell you we appreciate you as a customer and we appreciate the opportunity to serve you. And then Santa Claus will be there from 2 to 4. Also, the Christmas Parade and Winter Wonderland are coming up, and that's where I'll end. On Saturday, December the 2nd at 6 p.m., we'll have our Christmas Parade downtown. We already have 66 registrants for the parade. It's shaping up to be a large parade. So come on out. We hope the weather's great. We will also open Winter Wonderland that night. Special things planned. Stay tuned to our social media. Leave the parade and head on over to Winter Wonderland. Santa Claus will be leaving the parade on the fire truck and heading straight to Winter Wonderland. So follow him there, and it's just going to be awesome, an awesome kickoff to the holiday season.
And it's a walkthrough night, so you can walk through. I want you before you wrap it up, tell them about the carriage rides. Do you have that?
And the carriage rides, yes, free carriage
the next week.
Free carriage rides downtown. Get on our website. You'll find that on our website and social media. But free carriage rides downtown. We'll have food vendor downtown. Shops will be open. just another great experience, a holiday experience. It was a huge success last year.
Yes.
Looking forward to doing it again.
And I'm thinking it starts on the 7th of December, if I'm
so.
not
I think
mistaken.
that's right.
Because it's my birthday is on the 8th, and I tell Ace, I said, you just set this up just for my birthday. That was so special. It was my 60th birthday last year, and I got a carriage ride around downtown.
Nice.
Dinner downtown, and so we're probably going to do kind of the same thing this year.
Yeah.
But so
That's good.
There's so much stuff going on in Springfield. Thank you so much for coming
Thank
in
you.
on the day before Thanksgiving.
That's right. Thank you.
And thank you guys for joining us. Be sure, and while you're getting into all the Black Friday stuff, shop local, guys. Please, please, please shop local. We love all those folks. You heard from, all the sponsors that got the event going on Saturday. Out at, I want to plug this Rustic Essentials. Go and check them out. Bratton Jones Farm. I know that Lee Marie's coming in here and she'll tell you about more. I want to just mention again, Katie Did It Designs, one of our new sponsors, and Mr. Perry Springfield, MrPerrySpringfield.com, with all kinds of stuff going on for Black Friday guitar and gear sales. Great friends of this program, great friends of the community. Get out and talk with them today. Thank you for joining us. Happy Thanksgiving. I will not be here until Monday. So what have you got there? So you got some,
Are you still collecting them?
oh yes, for this is stuff we're putting together a wardrobe for our newsroom for the kiddos. That's beautiful. Oh, my girls will look great in that. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for joining us. Happy Thanksgiving. Miss Lee Marie and the Go Show is up next. This is 1100 WSGI. God bless again. Happy Turkey Day, y'all.